We're talking about Bumper Hitch Harris now.
Here's how Harris could take over Biden's campaign cash if he drops out and she runs for president.
I believe that's a big no in campaign financing laws.
I think she's got the knee pads for it.
Well,
I think she's got the knee pads for it. I'm sure she could blow right through the requirements.
That's why we call her Bumper Hitch.
Bumper Hitch.
Well, she can suck the chrome off of Bumper Hitch.
Suck the chrome off of a bumper.
Well, all she really has to do is hawk Tua and spit on that thing, and well, that's how she pretty much got her political career going.
I wouldn't let that thing within a 100-yard radius.
No, you're going to catch yourself.
You're going to catch yourself something bad.
Herpaganosyphilis.
Herpaganosyphilis.
Well, her husband did just come down with COVID again, so you never know. She probably gave him a Hummer after not brushing her teeth for a week.
Damn.
Ow, Jimmy.
You're on fire, man.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm sure she's given him a couple of cases of chlamydia over the years. Vice President Kamala Harris has been one of President Joe Biden's staunchest defenders because it's convenient for her and serves her purposes. Following his shaky performance in last week's debate, but she's also party herself if Biden opted not to continue his campaign. Strong message here. They're trying to sell Harris to you because Biden's on his way the fuck out.
Well, let's be honest. Biden was out of his mind when they installed him in 2020.
I think he was right on the edge and they didn't realize how close he was. I think they thought they could control him for this 4 years and then they're going to put somebody else in. I think the plan was to put somebody else in anyway.
Yeah.
They've just hit the wall when he did that stupid debate. Now they're like, oh, what do we do now?
Yeah. I mean, guess what? We got to see behind the curtain.
Yeah.
This 4 years, we have seen what's going on behind the curtain.
Yes.
And this is not how a republic is supposed to work.
Yes.
It needs to be retooled, cleaned out, and started over.
Yep.
Listen, you run an engine for a certain amount of time, you're going to have to overhaul it and then put it back together and start it back up. I think we're there.
It just is what it is. One big question is what would happen to the current campaign's $91 million in cash on hand, according to its most recent filings. Why does a president have $91 million in cash on hand? Could Harris take over the Biden-Harris campaign? We're going to get into that in a minute, by the way. I know the answer. Could Harris take over the campaign cash? Yes, although there are some caveats. Since their campaign account was registered with the Federal Election Commission in the name of both candidates, Harris could use those funds for her own presidential election effort if Biden were to drop out.
I don't think that. I don't know. I'm not up on. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not up on the campaign finance bull crap. I know that they violate those laws all the time and nothing happens to anybody.
Yes, absolutely true. Can donors get refunds? This is an important part here. Can donors get refunds? This is where they're getting their cash, obviously.
Yeah.
Now, it's not $1 or $2 from Mary Jane Rottencrotch and Karen Throckmorton down the street. These are real serious players, and we're going to get to that in a minute.
Stand by. We got a super chat from Pete here saying Kamala Harris is not eligible for the presidency. Neither one of her parents were citizens. Kamala Harris
correct.
Is ineligible for presidency. Neither one of her parents are citizens. I believe there's several, Supreme Court verdicts on that over the years. So that's another thing.
Yeah, she shouldn't be in office at all to begin with.
Yeah, neither should Obama.
By the way, her grandfather owned a large slave plantation in the Caribbean.
Correct.
Can donors get refunds? Only if the campaign says yes. Legal scholars agree that if donors were to ask for their money back after a candidate switched, the campaign would need to agree to that transfer. That means the donors don't have an automatic right to a refund. If a billionaire gives you $5 million for your campaign and it fails before you spend any of that money, like Biden's is doing right now, and that billionaire says, give me my $5 million back, there's a pretty big chance that you should listen. I'm guessing.
Yeah, because there'll be yet more. I'm just wondering how many goddamn lawsuits have been filed against the federal government this past 4 years.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because guess what? If you were arrested for them any time during the mandate for doing nothing illegal other than just being outside, you should be able to sue the shit out of people for that.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe we should look that up. Write that down.
I got to write that down.
Lawsuits against the federal government.
It'll slip out of my brain.
There was, I can't remember where it was at, but one, was it a nurse? Someone, I can't remember what the occupation was or where it was at. She was awarded a $700,000 court settlement because she refused to take the jab.
Yeah, and they fired her. I remember that. That one was just three or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you ask me, 700,000 is a low number.
So this is an article from the AP, which is one of the two organizations, AP and Reuters, which generate most of the news for the entire country. This is why you hear a reporter in Dayton, Ohio, and a reporter in Seattle saying the same things at the same time. Is AP and Reuters. That's where a lot of this stuff comes from. What to know about the 2024 election? Democracy. The American democracy has overcome big stress tests since 2020. We're not a democracy. Get those words out of your mouth.
We're supposed to be.
Slap people who say it.
Yeah, but the reason they're saying this is because they took civics and government classes out of high school.
That, and what they're trying to do is convince you that democracy is a good idea, because if they can get a real true democracy where people vote for every single office and the states have no say in any of that, then what will happen is the people will vote in full communism, and then they just take away the right to vote at all.
And they take away all your shit.
And you vote, but the results are always the same. The party wins by 100% every time.
Yeah. It's not like we haven't seen that before. In banana republics!
North Korea, I dealt with that all the time.
Yeah.
The year I spent doing interviews of North Korean refugees, we heard that story over and over. They told us outright, we know that we get to vote, and we also know that they get to count the votes.
Yes. There you go.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.